Sit back and get ready to have the most fun you ever had with an electronic device.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Podcast. Folks, we are coming to you live Super Bowl Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon Colorado time, and Glendale, Arizona time. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Radio Pete and Mr. Telephone Pete from the car. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
I like the Super Bowl graphics there. I guess our abbreviations is GOWI.
We're Gowie, yes. We're Gowie.
GOWI.
The Gowie podcast.
Sounds like a type of sushi.
Well, it is actually. It is. Seaweed, kelp, and nori. That's it, with a little rice.
Well, those seaweed and kelp are two types of seaweed. Yeah.
Seaweed, right. Well, yeah, just regular seaweed.
That's
like stuff you find on the beach in Jersey.
That's called vegetarian sushi.
Right.
Exactly. It's called expensive rice.
Basically. So, all right, look, how's everything in Colorado? Everybody out in Denver gearing up for the big game?
I have no idea.
Do you care?
Do I care?
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. No. Okay. Obviously, there's a large contingency of people from both sides out here, and because other than maybe Raiders fans and Jets fans, right, and I'll throw the Giants in there too, when there's a Chiefs fan or an Eagles fan around. Yeah.
Especially this weekend.
Yeah, especially this weekend. And I don't know. We shall see. Here's my take. I'm not all that interested. I don't really care who wins. I do think, based on what I think these two teams are, I think this could be the closest Super Bowl in a long time. I think
you think it could be closer than Super Bowl 25?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is why it probably won't be. Yeah, because it could be.
Yeah. I think these two teams are really, really, really evenly matched.
I do. I agree with you. I think they are evenly matched. Obviously.
Hold on. Security's checking me out. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Good.
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm actually doing a podcast.
You doing a podcast?
Yeah.
You're not gonna be long, right?
I'll be out of here in like half an hour.
Ask him who he's got, the Eagles or the Chiefs.
Who do you like? Who do you like in the Super Bowl? Kansas City. Me too.
Hey.
God bless you, brother. Take care.
Gotta love it.
There we go.
Spontaneous interview from the Green Acres Mall.
I'll show you where I am. So
you should. You have a passenger seat, so you should have just invited him in. We could have had another guest.
This is true.
Roll the window down here.
Security Sam.
And I gotta turn the camera around. Hold on. Oh wait, no. How do I do that?
Hit the little.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Arrow button.
There we go.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Wow.
So I got this gigantic wooden retaining wall running around. This is the back of the mall.
Where are you?
A truck loading area.
Looks like a freaking prison.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, it's pretty gray out there.
Yeah, so there's just a few cars going by, and of course, security. So
yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
gotta love it. Well, clearly sit in your car.
We got a suspicious looking guy talking to himself in his car. He's parked.
He's laughing and waving his hands around.
He's parked behind Sam's Club, and can somebody go over there and check that out?
Looks like he's eyeing the fire pump room and sprinkler valve room, which is right over there.
Exactly.
Right over there.
That's right. Little does he know that the sprinkler pump room means something completely different on Wednesday.
Well, yeah, that's. I am
certainly
eyeing.
OnlyFans Fridays.
I am eyeing it as a remote location for OnlyFans. Yes.
Yes. All right. So let's get into this.
Let's get into this.
What's everybody's thoughts? What do you think are the keys to this game, and who do you got winning it?
Pete, you go first.
All right. Well, everything. Well, not everything. Almost everything, to me, points to Philly. They've got the great offensive line. They've got the great defensive line. We know defense wins championships, and games are won in the trenches. Jalen Hurts is for real as for real can be right now. However, you can't discount the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
No.
You know, they're here for a reason.
Right.
They're pretty darn good too. And yes, they don't have all their core receivers, but you know, they didn't have Tyreek Hill this year, and they're still in the Super Bowl. And Patrick Mahomes sprained his ankle a few weeks ago, and they're still in the Super Bowl. So I think they have something of a lack of nerves on their side, whether that's going to affect the Eagles or not.
Yeah, they've been there. They've been there before. That means a big thing.
Yep. Yeah, it does. Troy Aikman said something the other day that I found interesting. They were asking him about Jalen Hurts, and he said, just relax, try not to make big mistakes, and understand that this game will slow down as you get into it.
I heard that too. I thought that was really insightful.
Yeah. He said it's going to seem.
He basically said he's got to make it through that first half of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Get through those first couple drives.
Right, and then things will kind of nominalize and that sort of thing. But I just can't shake the feeling that somehow Kansas City's going to win this.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, it's Mahomes and is as good. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to have a lousy day or choke under the pressure or anything. I just think you got one guy who's, although in a short career, proven himself to be one of the greats of all time in Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts, who might very well be on his way to being a great quarterback in his own right. But again, that experience factor, and that goes for head coach too. So I'm going to take the experience and the magic of Mahomes. He might have to be Superman. Can he do it on a leg and a half? We really don't know how good his leg is, how good Jalen Hurts' shoulder are, but they're good enough to play, and that's maybe all it takes. So I just I can't shake the feeling that Kansas City is going to figure out how to pull this one out. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I'll echo your words, but in a little bit of a different way, a little bit of a different spin on it. I do think that Philly is loaded top to bottom. And while Kansas City is loaded to a point, they have experience behind them, and I'll get to that in a second. I think Philly, on paper, should win the game, right? Just talent-wise.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah. But as everybody said, and this means shit, okay? As everybody said, they haven't played the Chiefs. They've played the Giants, and they've played the quarterback-less 49ers, right? So now granted, that doesn't mean they can't beat the Chiefs, but they haven't beaten that level of quality of a team.
Quarterbackless 49ers does not discount the fact that the 49ers supposedly had a better defense than Philly, and Philly's offense decimated them.
I was getting there. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why. Hang on. Bear with me here, okay? The 49ers defense is better than the Eagles defense, or was better than the Eagles defense because they're home playing golf right now, but was better than the Eagles defense. But
they were better prior to the matchup between the two teams.
Right. Okay.
They were not better on that day.
Here's what everybody that has said that, I have not heard one person say this. Okay. The reason, or not the reason, but certainly the biggest reason that they didn't perform as well as they should have is that they were always on the damn field. True. They couldn't get off the damn field.
Well, that's been their whole season.
Well, not so much, because they did have drives, even Brock Purdy, they had drives.
Right.
So right. They were able to, even if it was 5 friggin' minutes, they were sometimes in that championship game, they were sitting on, they sat down on the bench and stand right up and go back out on the field. So that played a big factor in their defense that day. Now, that doesn't mean the Eagles wouldn't have won had the 49ers had a functioning quarterback, but I think it would have been a hell of a lot closer of a game. But that's my point, though. So switching to the Chiefs, and why I'm going to echo what Pete was saying, is the Chiefs have a big talent base. On paper, not quite as much as the Eagles, but not too far away. But they have a bunch of X factors. They have Patrick Mahomes, big one. They have Travis Kelce. Now, granted, Philly has Dallas Goedert, but Travis Kelce's a little bit better than Dallas Goedert, just a smidge. Okay, they have running back by committee. They're going to be good on that. They're going to run plays. They have the experience on the field as well as on the sidelines. Andy Reid, this is his 5th Super Bowl, and obviously 4th as a head coach, third in the last 4 years, and the team. And you have
how many has he won? Remind everybody.
One. He's won one. Okay, but but in the second one that he went to with the Chiefs, he was going up against Tom Brady, so that's an automatic loss before he gets on the field. Right?
Come on.
I'm kidding. Anyway, but another big factor is Steve Spagnuolo. Steve Spagnuolo is somebody that can draw up a really, really good game plan, and he's the one that devised the defensive game plan to beat the Patriots when they were undefeated in February 2008. So I'm leaning. I don't think this is going to be a blowout one way or the other. I think Harry, I think you hit it right on the head. You patted it right on the head, if you will. Phrase. And I think it's going to be a super close game. I think it's going to come down to the last possession. It really is. And unless there's a Philly special in there, I think that the 49ers, the Chiefs, I got to need a sip of beer. The Chiefs will win the game.
Yeah. Here's my take. I don't think any of this is obvious. I've been studying this and I've flip-flopped twice in both directions. I don't know. Here's my take on this, though, is that I think that when you look at coaching and what I would call superstar game changers, I think that everybody's going to give that advantage to the Chiefs with Andy Reid and Spagnuolo and obviously Mahomes and Kelce. Kansas City's the number 1 offense in the league. They lose arguably the best receiver in football, and they're still the number 1 offense. Philly's the number 1 defense. Okay. Kansas City's the number 1 passing offense. Philly's the number 1 passing defense. That's happened twice before in the Super Bowl. Both times defense has prevailed. The Seahawks over the Broncos and the Bucs over the Raiders. Okay. This game is going to come down to, I think, 2 things. Okay. One is going to be, does Chris Jones get the best of the Eagles offensive line to make big plays? Because I do think that it's going to come down to a big defensive play to win this game, much like it did last year with the Rams and Aaron Donald. Or does Hassan Reddick continue to dominate in this playoffs? And is he and the Eagles able to control Mahomes? The other thing is that it's going to come down to intangibles. Who makes the bigger plays with their legs, Mahomes or Hurts? I think for the Chiefs to win this game, Patrick Mahomes is going to have to run more than he's ever run before in a playoff game.
On a bad wheel.
On a bad wheel. So, having said all that, I think it's a toss-up. I think if you look at those intangibles, it would lean towards the Chiefs. However, I have seen the Chiefs before recently in the Super Bowl against good defensive teams. And I think the Eagles defense is better than Tampa Bay's defense. And I think Kansas City's offense in that Super Bowl against Tom Brady was better than it is right now. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the Eagles. I don't know, though. I'm not betting on it. I'm not betting anything on it because I think this is going to come down. I think it's a 27-23 game. I think that the Eagles prevail, but it really is going to come down to what Pete led with earlier. Can Jalen Hurts and the rest of these Eagles come out, compose themselves, not have stupid penalties or turnovers? Because if the Eagles get behind, I don't think they're as much of a come from behind team as the Chiefs are. Here's the other thing. The Eagles did not play they played the Giants and they played the 49ers. Obviously, the Chiefs played the Jaguars and the Bengals. So the Bengals, were, out of all of those 4 teams, were the most talented team. And some would say, if it's not for that push out of bounds, the Bengals might be here against the Eagles. I think the Bengals underperformed in that game, as they have done a couple times now in the playoffs. And I think, Kansas City having home field helped them there, and they won. They were the better team on that day. The Eagles absolutely destroyed the teams that they face. And yes, the reason why Brock Purdy was out of the game, because he was knocked out of the game. So this Eagles defense, if they can play to 85% of what they played in those first 2 games, they will cause disruption. And here's what I think they're going to do. I think that they're going to bottle up Kelsey, and they're going to force Kansas City to run the ball. And if they stop the run, they're going to it's going to come down to Kansas City's receivers versus Philadelphia's secondary. And I just have a feeling that Philly's going to be able to get 1 or 2 turnovers and turn them into points that are going to help them win this game.
Ooh. All right. Let me address several of those points.
Go for it.
Because I think you're right on most of them. I think you double up Kelsey. The Eagles do. You double up your coverage on Kelsey, and you leave your outstanding corners alone and let them play defense. Now, one thing that does, though, is if they are down the field and Kansas City can get out past the line of scrimmage, it's going to open things up a little bit. So,
right.
But I think you're right. Take away Kelsey, right? It's like the old basketball formula.
Right. We're
going to stop the guy who scores 35 or 40 every night and make everybody else beat us. So I think that would be smart for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
If Mahomes has to run more than he's ever run, John, you remember the number of yards he scrambled against Tampa?
Yeah.
495.
Right. I mean
scrambling yards.
Right.
Scrambling yards.
But
I understand what you're saying. He's going to have to use his legs.
A net of 15. I think his offensive line is better than it was in that game. That game against the Bucs, they had a lot of injuries on the offensive line, Kansas City.
Yeah.
But I still think I think the offensive line is better. I think overall that year Kansas City's offense was better. What I mean by Mahomes being able to create plays is not so much running for his life, but being able to see something quickly and get 12 yards, get 9 yards. I think that if Kansas City can take advantage of that and then get their running game going and not control the ball more than they usually do, I think they can win. Again, I see this both ways. I don't see this as clear or definitive, but I just think there's something going on with this Eagles defense. And let's not forget, this Eagles offense has been able to rack up points in a way that I've never seen a more distributed type of offense from a football team in a long, long time. They're like the Bears were back in '85. I mean,
there's some,
it's just who nobody jumps out at you, yet they just scored 38 points.
Yeah, the difference kind of between Mahomes and Hurts as far as running goes, Mahomes can extend drives with his legs, right? Jalen Hurts, at any point, really, whether it's a broken play or it's by design or whatever, he can end a drive by getting into the end zone. If he pops one and goes for 65, he can walk it right into the end zone and end the drive that way. So a little bit more dynamic, and that's going to be something that the Chiefs are really going to have to keep an eye on. But the other thing that sometimes I think Mahomes does is sometimes it seems like he kind of gives up on the play that's called, and he sort of gets into, the mix and match or the improvisation, maybe a little bit sooner than he should.
He deems it a broken play before it actually is.
He bails.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily always, which might I think it would be, on one hand, smart for Andy Reid to, give him some short passes and kind of let him get into a rhythm. But that also plays into the Eagles' hands because they can get after the quarterback. I think they had 60 sacks, and that's just rushing 4 guys.
70
most of the time.
70 sacks this season.
Yeah, I think they had 60 of them when they rushed 4.
Oh, I
heard that stat the other day.
That's crazy.
So, he's not going to be able to just sit back in the pocket unless he's going to get rid of the ball in, around 2 seconds at the most. But I think because depending on how the leg is, if he's going to say, all right, well, I don't see this, let me make something up, that can end up hurting the Chiefs because that's when he can make mistakes.
Yeah, I agree.
And even a guy, who's been doing this in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl as much as he has at a young age, there's always that idea that a quarterback trying to do too much, trying to make something out of nothing, that can end up hurting you.
Mahomes is great, and this is people sort of laugh at me when I say this, but who he reminds me of the most is John Elway. That's who Patrick Mahomes reminds me of because he's a phenomenal passer. He's got a great arm. But Elway also, and of course, we're comparing 2 times, and athleticism has changed a lot. But Elway was that guy who could just turn that broken play into something else. But at times that led to forcing things and also, putting himself in a situation where he's getting hit a lot. And so I think both sides are going to get to the quarterback. I think you're going to see a bunch of hurries. I think you're going to see at least 2 sacks by each team. I think you'll see 4 or 5 sacks in this game. I think it's really going to come down to who can execute better and who can avoid turnovers. And so far in these playoffs, that's been the Eagles. They have not really turned the ball over. Not that Kansas City has turned it over a lot. One thing to look out for, and I don't know the details on this, Philadelphia just activated their punter for this game. So
because they hadn't needed him. So
he was injured.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and they haven't needed him.
And they haven't needed him.
Yeah, no, they haven't needed him in the playoffs.
They were like, now we're playing the Giants. Rest it. Ice it up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We'll let one of the special teams guys punt it if we need to.
Trust me. You're not going to be needed.
Well, see that's good for Kansas City fans because that means that the Eagles are expecting that they might have to punt.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that mechanics, repetition, practice. That could lead to maybe a little snafu. I think, special teams we never think about. I think both teams have good special teams, and they're obviously both pretty strong in the kicking game. But, just something of note.
So this game could come down to a rusty punter.
A rusty punt.
a rusty punter. Isn't that a sexual position?
No, that's a drink. It's when you get a half a Guinness and a whatever shot the bartender has in his hand at the time.
And some ginger ale.
A shot out of the bar mat.
Right, exactly.
That's
a rusty punter. It means something different in the UK. Yeah.
Right.
Just ask your British friends what that means. Yeah.
Well, listen, this is as you know, our year-long picks contest.
Mm-hmm.
Currently tied, heading into the big game.
So hold on. If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
Oh, all right.
The coin.
I'm sure
I'll do it officially.
No one wants to be.
So any picks we have made so far do not officially count because StreamYard has not botched up the sounder yet.
Exactly.
All right. Here's a disclaimer. Okay. Pete tanked. I think he probably would have had at least one, maybe 2 of the picks that he went opposite of me. So I am going to say on the record, Pete has won this year. Now I think, but we'll pretend that we're tied.
Yeah, I wanted to make it interesting.
Now, how far back am I? 10 games? 8 games?
Oh, I think you're
a rusty punter, buddy.
Yeah, you're a rusty punter behind.
All right.
Also means something different in the UK, but
you're right.
You're ahead of the coin. You're ahead of the coin.
Punter's
So that's
behind is very
All
different.
right. So am I a lock for third? I just need to know.
You are.
you're
in
definitely a
for
lock
third.
for third.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way that a flip of the coin can catch you. Oh, I don't even know if I have a coin here. All right, so Harry's taking Philly.
Ask the security guy.
I got one here.
Are you flipping a
Harry's
pill?
taking
or are you
Philly. I got
flipping a-
KC
Yeah.
for all the marbles. John, you're officially taking
Kansas City.
Kansas City, and we will now flip old George here.
Yay, old coin.
And George says,
Wait. There's no home team. So who's the home team?
"Oh, somebody's
Eagles,
home.
Eagles are home.
Okay.
Eagles are home." Well, George likes the Eagles.
There
All
you
right.
go.
So there we go. Me and John against Harry and the coin. Which means you're definitely going to lose, Harry, because the
Yeah.
coin is never.
And I mean, part of me picking, Philly was just, hey, we got to have somebody on the other side.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to win, but I want Kansas City to win.
And I've never felt more like I just don't know. Because I think both teams have had weird injuries at times in the season, and we haven't really been able to get a really good lock on what they are. But I will say this about both teams: they've consistently been the two best teams in each. They've been the most consistent teams in each division.
Yeah, I mean, we don't often get the two number ones, right?
Right.
Who go on and get into the Super Bowl. So this is something of an oddity.
Generally doesn't happen. Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys want to talk a little bit about? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I saw something. I wanted to save it, and I couldn't find it. But there was a guy who back in 2015 has made Super Bowl predictions for up until I think 4 years from now, and he's gotten every one right. Okay.
He picked the teams that were going to be in it and the winner.
Yes. He's just picked the winner. Okay, it's crazy.
No, I mean, before, so he'll pick the two teams that are going to be in it and who wins.
No, he picked the winners who he thought was going to win it back in 2015. And he's gotten everyone right since. This year he has the Eagles. Next year he has the Bills. The following year he has the Jaguars, and then the next year he's got the Bengals.
Wow.
Well, I'm not happy about that.
Is his name like Arledge?
Nostra Rusty Punter. Arledge.
Yeah.
Who's the NFL? What's the NFL commissioner's name?
Goodell.
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, it's Goodell's cousin.
His name is Bodger Bedell.
Yeah, he gets a little bit of a preview of the script that they write every year.
Bobby Bodell.
I.e. the reel that we posted.
Anyway,
there.
I thought that was interesting. Go. What were you saying, Pete?
So I was just going to ask you guys. I don't know if the MVP vote is now official, and it is, of course, Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Which how does anyone have a problem with that? I don't. Here's my question, though. These are ranked votes, right?
Mm-hmm.
48 out of 50 put Mahomes first.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen got one
from
obviously someone who doesn't like black people. And not that he wasn't good, and Jalen Hurts got one first place vote.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. How does Jalen Hurts only get one first place vote out of 50?
Here's why. Hurts is a great talent, and he fits in really well on the Eagles team. But it's more of an ensemble cast. Mahomes arguably lost two, maybe, of his top weapons, and still was able to have the number one offense in the NFL. And I think that the Chiefs' offense relies way more on the abilities of Patrick Mahomes than the Eagles' offense relies on the ability of Jalen Hurts. Now, that's not to take anything away from Hurts, and I do think that there should have been more parity. What jumps out to me there is that no one picked Joe Burrow, who I think did more with less than all of these guys for the last number of years.
Right.
The other part of that is I just think that Kansas City's passing offense has just been so consistent. Like I said, the number one passing offense in the league. And I think they look at that. I think that the voters look at more of what a traditional quarterback could do. And then you make the argument, well, okay, so say if it was a Josh Allen, who's, I guess that's not, he runs as well, but let's say it was somebody like that versus Mahomes.
It's like Herbert, Justin Herbert. Let's say.
Right. But you can't say that Mahomes doesn't also have those attributes that can extend a play and run the ball. Now, Hurts's rushing numbers were amazing. And those are not to be diminished. But I still think that this Eagles team would be way more successful without Hurts than the Eagles would be. I mean, that the Kansas City would be without Mahomes.
Yeah,
that's my take.
I think there's too much emphasis in the minds of the voters put on those offensive numbers because Mahomes' passing numbers are better. But I'll just say this.
Way better. They're not better. They're way
better.
Yeah, but Hurts also rushed for 13 touchdowns.
And here's
they won 14 out of the 15 games that he played in.
Right. And
how is that? And this is the most valuable player on the team. How I just can't. Yeah, the Eagles would still have the great offensive and defensive lines and the great defense and all that stuff. But I mean, this guy was. How do you say he's not more valuable to the Eagles than Mahomes is to the Chiefs? You can make that argument, but only one person thought that.
That seems ridiculous. And
that's my real problem here. Not that Mahomes won it, but that only one person thought, Jesus, the Eagles without Jalen Hurts, they're not getting close to the Super Bowl.
Right. And it also shows that this is we should change the MVP voting to the most valuable quarterback. And that the voters definitely put more of an emphasis on passing yards than they do any other attributes. Here's one thing I will say about Hurts, which I also think bodes well today. Hopefully, knock on wood. Didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And his
performance was pretty striking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, the other thing is, I know it's supposed to be a regular season award, but I can't help but think that, I don't think they vote before the playoffs. So I might be wrong about that. But if they don't, I wonder if some of the playoff performances kind of creep in to.
Well, I think that would help Hurts. I think Mahomes is good, but Hurts blew away the two teams he faced in the playoffs, decimated them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put up big numbers. Put up big numbers.
Yeah, but he didn't do it on a broken leg.
Yeah. There is a little bit of that. Mahomes is a lot more likable. Why? I don't know. I just saw an interview with Jalen Hurts. I'm like, this guy seems like one of the most thoughtful team players that I've seen on a field in a long time. But Mahomes just has that X factor. He's on everybody's TV screen all the time. And I think that even impacts, the writers and the people who vote on this.
Yeah, it could.
I gotta bring something up. Something that's been bugging me since Thursday night.
Well, Thursday night. What happened on Thursday night?
Well, obviously the NFL honors that Pete was referring to, MVP voting and everything else. Right. I have no problem with any of those awards. The players that got every single one of those awards, even Dak Prescott, as big as a Dallas hater I am, I don't hate Dak Prescott, but getting the Man of the Year award and everything else, I don't have one problem with any of those awards. In fact, most of them went the way I thought they would, except one. How the hell is Geno Smith the comeback player of the fucking year?
Well, he sucked and he was good.
You have to be good to come back to being good.
No.
When was he good?
Well,
you know what?
Hold on.
That's not a bad point.
That's a good point. However, it ruins my whole argument for both of my comeback players of the year. Because both of my comeback players of the year were Geno Smith and Daniel Jones. Because here's my thought, is that they both went from complete horseshit to
So
that's a big gap. That's a big gap.
It's the comeback player of the year award.
Well,
right?
Is there a most improved? It should be most
no.
That should be Geno Smith.
Most improved.
That's a different thing, right?
I'm fine with that. You want to give Geno Smith the most improved player of the year?
I got you.
I might lean. I might I might argue a little bit, say, Daniel Jones probably is more improved than Geno Smith. But
did they have that award? Who won that?
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
That's
There is
what it should be.
There is no way in hell that Geno Smith is more of a comeback player than either Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey. Either of those.
Yeah,
two
so
guys. They both got one damn vote each or 2 votes each, and he got.
You kind of have to
bullshit.
Fall off the horse before you can get the get back on the horse award.
Was complete bullshit, and the asshole didn't even have the decency to show up.
Well, he's in Seattle. It's a long flight.
Yeah, long flight. Saquon was already there.
Yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey had a bigger impact than Saquon Barkley did, especially because Christian McCaffrey did something in the playoffs.
Well, they both won a game.
Yeah, but
he won too.
But Saquon Barkley had nothing to do with that win.
Yeah, well, no, I see what you're saying, but still, either way. But I wouldn't have been here if Christian McCaffrey won it. I would not have been saying, "Damn, Saquon
I agree with you."
Won. No,
I agree with you.
I've been fine with that.
Geno Smith was never good.
Geno Smith should have been. You had to be good.
Yeah,
but here's what's going in Here's what's going in Geno Smith's favor. He was kind of a high-profile-ish draft pick. He's changed teams. He was kind of no one ever doubted that if Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey got back on the field that they'd be good or great. Okay, but I think people sort of wrote Geno Smith off, and
rightfully so, because he was lousy.
Yeah, again, from crap to So
yeah.
I also think that his performance was a little bit overrated. But having said that, and I'll give props where props are due. I said this, I think, previously on our show. I think that both Geno Smith and Daniel Jones were the most improved players in the NFL by far.
So create that award.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have that already.
Don't take one out of the hands of somebody that actually did bust their ass to be a comeback player.
Right.
That's the problem. And I wouldn't have had a problem at all if it was Christian McCaffrey. I wouldn't have been sitting here, raising Saquon Barkley's flag. I would have been fine with either one of them. But
look, and you already know this. If Russell Wilson is mediocre to good next year, he's a shoo-in for that award. You already know it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Unless Brady comes back and wins the Super Bowl again.
Brady's going to pull a Gronk. He's just going to...
Brady, comeback player.
He's just going to pick whichever team is in first place, and then he's just going to...
Show up after Thanksgiving.
As a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Slowly,
him and Odell Beckham will show up together.
Slowly work himself in, and then in the fourth quarter, he comes in as a relief pitcher.
He's
for 6 touchdowns.
Closer. They installed the
closer. And Gronk will come back with him. Yeah.
Right. So, all right. Got a couple of just easy, quick.
Yeah. By the way, Brady never won that award.
Comeback player of the year.
Well, I mean, he was good.
He never left here.
No, hold on. He was good with the Patriots, but everybody's writing him off. Remember, falling off the cliff, whatever. And then he comes first year with Tampa Bay. He leads the league in passing and wins the Super Bowl. Yep. So that award to me, give it. Maybe they saved on the engraving. Geno Smith had less letters.
Less letters than Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, exactly. Only 9 letters. This will be easier.
Well, that's the case. If
we have
Herm Edwards
have enough stickers.
If Herm Edwards wins Coach of the Year, then you'll know that they're going to save on. They're doing a save on the engraving.
I think
there's a lot of ink leaving off the AN.
I think that he would demand that Herman. I think he would demand Herman.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, John. All right, let's go. I gotta get back to work, and there's only 4 hours before the game, and I gotta get my snack on. And
who won? Pete's gonna get a snack on behind the Green Acres Mall.
Yeah, I might have to stop in the mall and get a Annie's pretzel or something.
All right, real quick before we leave, snack of choice, Pete.
I wasn't done yet, but
no, John's not done.
What were we talking about?
No. No, I was saying. I got to think about snack of choice. Go ahead, John.
Think about snack of choice. I got a couple of quick whip pop Super Bowl trivia questions for you, and then we'll do snacks, and then we'll wrap it up. There we go, like we do. Really quick. most Super Bowl wins by a player.
That's Charles Manley, right?
Most Super Bowl wins by a player.
It's Tom Brady.
There you go.
But before that, it was Manley, wasn't it?
Hanley.
Dexter Manley?
Charles Manley, somebody I work with.
Charles Manley.
Which we got most Super Bowl appearances by one person.
That's also Brady.
No.
Mm-mm. So Brady's been in 10 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's.
Is it some defensive player that played for New England?
No, I said
no.
person.
Okay, well, then I'm out.
I said person. I didn't say player.
Okay, so that's got to be Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, 12. Right, exactly. Okay.
Well, wait a minute. What about like Al Michaels? Al Michaels got like 29 Super Bowls.
You're right.
I think Phyllis Diller.
Al Michaels, Phyllis Diller. Right. All right. Whatchamacallit? Most Super Bowl wins. No, I'm sorry. Most starts. Where the hell am I? Most starts as a quarterback is Tom Brady. That's not what I was doing. Most games as a kicker.
Most Super Bowls as a kicker?
Most Super Bowl games as a kicker.
That's got to be.
Is it Vinatieri?
No.
You're on the right track, though.
Gronkowski or
Gostkowski?
Gostkowski, yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Whatchamacallit? Where the hell was the one I was looking for? Damn, I just had it and I lost it. Oh, here we go. Back up here. Only person to win a Super Bowl in 3 different decades. These are all new things because they're,
Bill Belichick?
No.
3 different decades.
Well, most player, obviously.
Player, okay.
Yeah, player, because Bill Belichick won a Super Bowl in 4 different decades.
Yeah.
Technically.
So player in 3 different decades. Tom Brady,
right. But this I found interesting. Win a Super Bowl with one team and then defeat that team in a Super Bowl the following season. There's 4. Just give me one of them. There's 4 of them. Yep.
Player. We're talking about a player.
Player to win a Super Bowl with one team and then beat that same team in the Super Bowl the following year on a different team.
Bill Romanowski.
No.
Adam Vinatieri.
No.
Jim Burt.
No. Three of the 4 are very recent, and the other one's not too far.
They're
all within the last 10 years.
John Lynch.
All 4 within the last 10 years.
Yeah, John.
No,
not John Lynch.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
I know it's going to be receivers.
A cornerback, a defensive end, and 2 running backs.
Okay.
Brandon Browner, cornerback, was on Seattle when they beat the Broncos, and then was on the Patriots the following year when they beat Seattle.
Right.
Chris Long, a defensive end, was on the Patriots and then the Eagles the following year. LeGarrette Blount, same thing, was on the Patriots when they beat Atlanta, and then the Eagles.
There's a name somebody knows.
LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah,
LeGarrette Blount.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you were sarcastic. And LaShawn McCoy was on the Chiefs in Super Bowl 54, and then was on the Bucs in Super Bowl 55. So there you go. I was getting to that one. Okay. Cool. And I got this one for you over here. Where are we? What team has played in 4 Super Bowls, but at least 4 Super Bowls, but never held a lead?
Well, it can't be the Bills.
It's not the Bills.
Minnesota.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, woo! I lose 3-1.
How much does the Lombardi Trophy weigh? I'll let you. We'll say within.
Has it gained weight like everybody else?
No, it loses. Well, no.
It's so old now.
Weight because there's a new engraving on it, so there's tiny bits of metal that aren't there every year.
Gotcha.
How much does the Lombardi Trophy weigh? You can be
12 pounds.
Within 2 pounds.
I'll say
12
20. 23 pounds.
You're both way off.
6 pounds.
409 pounds.
409 pounds is
I
exactly.
tried to guess my weight.
You were close. What did you say? 8?
6 pounds.
6 pounds. It's 7. There you go.
Really? That's it?
6, 7 pounds. Yeah,
What a piece of shit that is.
7 pounds. Well,
Where'd
it's sterling
They get it
silver.
at? Come on, Staples. Come
No.
on.
And
That thing falls on the ground. It's crushed.
and who makes the Lombardi Trophy?
China.
Frank Lombardi.
Jimmy Lombardi in Green Bay.
Joey Lombardi.
I would say China, probably Amazon,
Amazon.
Whole Foods.
They ordered it. They ordered it yesterday.
Is it like a cake? You
And
have to
it was
order
on
it every
Prime.
year.
It was on Prime, so they would ship it right over.
Yeah.
They're gonna fly it in on a drone. Here you
No,
go.
what people don't realize it's a cake, which is why it doesn't weigh so much. This year
That's why
it's angel food cake this year.
They get the trophy, they hold it up, and then they squeeze it, and the cake just falls.
That's right.
Who makes it? Is it like Tiffany's or some famous jewelry
Very
company?
good. Tiffany makes it.
All right.
I was going to say LaShawn McCoy.
What two cities have LaShawn McCoy makes the Super Bowl? What two cities have hosted the most Super Bowl games?
Miami and Pasadena, Los Angeles.
You got one of them right. Miami, and
Houston, Dallas, or Houston.
Yeah, getting closer.
Are they both in California?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Florida.
No, Miami. You're right, and
Right.
you're missing the other one.
Oh, I didn't. Pasadena's not the other one.
No.
Los Angeles. No.
Los Angeles?
Yeah. You were getting
Oakland?
closer. You were getting closer with Houston.
Dallas.
No.
San Antonio.
Technically, you went further away with Dallas from Houston.
Hmm.
Well, I was told there'd be no geography.
Yeah. Wait, what other major cities? Not San Antonio.
I didn't say it was in Texas. I said you were closer with Houston.
Oh, Louisiana, the Superdome.
Yeah, New Orleans. Very good.
New Orleans.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. I always remember them being in California a lot, but maybe not as much as.
Well, city, right? So if they're in California, they can be in San Diego. They can be in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
Pasadena's technically.
Pasadena's, yeah, but it's still Pasadena, though. It's not Los Angeles.
No.
Who won the Super Bowl the year that we all looked at Janet Jackson's nipple?
That'd be the Patriots.
That would be correct. The Patriots, yeah. What? No, it's too.
And by the way, I looked at Janet Jackson's nipples way before that.
What? Name the 5 teams, because some of them will be easy. Name the 5 teams that have only ever won one Super Bowl.
Jets.
1.
Dolphins.
Nope. Dolphins won 3 Super Bowls. 2
Jets. Jacksonville.
Hasn't been in the Super Bowl.
Who was the team that carried? Who was the expansion team that won? Did the Titans win a Super Bowl?
No, they went. They didn't win.
Yeah.
And they were in expansion anyway. They used to be the Oilers.
Whatever.
Jets. We got the Jets. There's 4 other teams.
Seahawks.
Seahawks is 2.
That's right. Very good, Pete.
On fire today.
Yeah.
Carolina. No, the Panthers never won.
Carolina's been in 2, lost both of them.
Yeah.
Seahawks were in 3, only won 1.
All right.
3 other teams. One should be glowingly easy.
Glowingly easy. The Kansas City
Tampa
Chiefs.
Bay.
Kansas City Chiefs.
No, Kansas City's won 2.
They've won
Tampa
2.
Bay.
Tampa Bay's won 2.
They won 2.
The Bears.
The Bears 3.
Bears. Oh, good call.
2 others you got. The other 2 should be easy because 1 we just said the name of the city.
The Saints.
Saints 4. And the other one is playing today.
Well, obviously
The Lions.
Obviously the Eagles.
The Eagles, right? The Eagles.
They've only won 1 Super Bowl. No,
They've been in 3. They lost to the Raiders in '81. They lost to the Patriots in
That's right.
04.
Oh, and then they beat the Patriots.
And they beat the Patriots in 5 years ago. So there you go. What city hosted Here, what city hosted the coldest Super Bowl ever? And it's a trick question.
Definitely New Orleans.
Very good.
Oh,
No,
was
it
it?
was New Orleans.
Yeah.
It was. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, you would think because there's been Super Bowls in Minnesota, but
I've read that. I read that like last week somewhere.
it was.
I was going to say Dallas because didn't they have? It was really
Ice.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl?
The New York Giants.
Nope.
Florida Marlins.
Yeah.
The Cubs.
The Hurricanes.
The Avalanche. The Quebec Nordiques. Oh, we got a comment.
First wild card team to win the Super Bowl.
First wild card team would probably be. Just give us a hint.
They've won 3 Super Bowls. They've
Pittsburgh
been
Steelers.
they've been in 5.
They've been in 5. Okay.
Miami.
Miami's only won 1.
2.
2. Yeah.
While you think about that, Dave Scardino just wrote in and said, "Bye Eagles, bye, go Chiefs."
Okay. Well, we know where.
I hope you're right, Dave.
Well, and I hope you're right, Dave, too. But
I don't know. Tell us.
that would be the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders.
That's right. They were a wild card team with Plunkett.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first year of the wild
card. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
I should have known. I thought it was I for some reason I kept thinking the Chargers, and I'm like, well, they've never even been there. So
okay. Who was the first left-handed quarterback to get a Super Bowl ring?
Kenny Stabler.
There you go. Look at you, right out of the gate. Good job. Whatchamacallit? Who was the first singer to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Pavarotti.
No. Give me it was in 1970.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
No.
Johnny Mathis.
No.
Jose Feliciano.
Nope.
Peaches and Herb.
Yep. Very good. No.
1970, huh?
Frank Sinatra.
Nope.
Tony Bennett.
Diana Ross.
Nope. And I'd like to tell you that you're getting closer, but you're not.
We're not.
Give us a type of music that they perform.
You're along the lines. You're along the right lines with like Frank Sinatra or Johnny Mathis, but it's a woman. I'll give you that.
Okay.
So sort of a crooner.
Yeah, not so much a crooner for 1970. Let's put it that way. So it wouldn't have quite been like the 50s or early 60s crooner.
Not Carly Simon.
Yeah, or before her, obviously.
Before her, Debbie Boone.
Dionne Warwick.
Debbie Boone.
No.
Rosemary Clooney.
Think more. If you think more along the lines of Rosemary Clooney.
Oh God.
Nancy Sinatra.
No. I can't do her voice, otherwise I would do her voice.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur was singing at the halftime show in 1970.
I'm trying to think of other crooners from the 70s.
Not really a crooner per se, but
okay.
Let's put it this
Ella
way.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Oh, Aretha Franklin.
No. Her initials are the same letter. So, like A, B, B, C, C, D, D. You know.
B.B. King.
Her initials. Come on, you can do it.
I don't know.
Want to give you her first name?
No.
CC Sabathia.
You got the letters right. I'll give you that. You got the letters right.
This was a halftime show.
Halftime show. She was the first singer to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. 1970.
She was the first singer.
What are the letters?
Was she in a band?
No. She's just I'm sure she had a backup band, but
of course,
wasn't known as a band. It was just her.
It wasn't Ella Fitzgerald.
Mhm.
Carol Channing.
Very good. There you go.
Holy
You got it.
shit!
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Carol Channing.
Wow, I was running.
Yeah, we
out
were
of-
pretty far off.
I was trying to figure out where the hell to go with it, and I couldn't. I can't do her voice, and I could if I thought about it, but I can't work it out while we're talking.
The CC
Carol
kicked in.
Channing. Carol Channing.
Carol Channing.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see Loverboy today. It's gonna be fantastic.
Somebody said, "All right." Somebody posted I saw somebody posted yesterday. They said, "I can't wait for the Rihanna concert tomorrow night." Busting the chops about like they don't care about the Super Bowl, right?
Right. Is that who's performing?
Right. Yeah. So I commented, I go, and then I put a dash. I go, 1, looking forward to the commercials. 2, hoping the Chiefs win. 3, trying to figure out what I'm going to do between the second and third quarters.
Well, I mean,
I'll be watching.
There's
Yeah.
worse
I'll be
than
watching.
Rihanna.
No, I'm kidding when I say it, but it was funny.
It's almost like if you like the artist, you want to watch, right?
Mhm.
If you don't like the artist, you're hoping for a train wreck.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, so
What was it last year? The Geezer hip hop reunion?
The Geezer hip hop reunion.
Yeah.
It was the Geezer hip hop reunion last year. Yes, you're right.
that's a
The
good
year
show.
before, the year before that, it was the weekend, whatever.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that was odd.
I think the last really good one, I think me personally, was the Super Bowl in MetLife. It was
Warning, old guy reference approaching.
no, it was Bruno Mars, and he had and with special guest Red Hot Chili Peppers. But
Yeah, there you go.
that was a good show.
Oh, you know, hey, listen, I got a quick over under.
Go for it.
As opposed to the usual one that drags on forever and ever. All right, over under receiving yards for Travis Kelce. I don't know what the actual line is, but my line is 151. No, sorry, 131 and a half.
131 and a half.
131 and a half, sorry.
Under.
I'm going over. I'm going to go over.
I think I'm going to go under.
Okay.
2 unders, 1 over. 131. 131. Doesn't it have to be 131.5?
It's
Yeah, it's 131 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Pete is under, Harry is under, Johnny is over. Okay.
Over under, or should I say dead or alive? Carol Channing.
I'm going to go dead.
I don't know.
I don't
Look it
know. I'm going to go dead too.
Let's
I'm pretty sure she's dead.
let me see
All right.
here.
I got to get rolling. Favorite snack?
Favorite snack.
I got. Oh man.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with. We get the. Well, see, it's unusual because we usually go to my in-laws' house,
Mhm.
and my wife's brother-in-law makes really, really good chili.
Mhm.
But I know that's
That's
not a
snack.
typical Super Bowl snack.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with the old 7-layer dip,
Mm.
Nice.
7-layer Mexican dip.
Good call.
Smells
Good
like
call.
7
Good
layer.
call. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Beaver eats Taco Bell.
Myself, chili's my staple. Chili is the thing I'll eat the most. It's been cooking. It's been downstairs. I didn't get a chance to upload the picture so I could put it on the screen, but I will just
Upload the afters.
upload the. There you go. I will do this.
Wow, we're really high
Just to
tech now.
show you the chili right there.
Wow, it looks like chili. It looks like
It's like a pot full of chili.
And I got my special ingredient in my chili, in my red chili. I can tell you, I don't care. It's not a secret.
chili peppers.
Not just I go 50-50 with between beef and Italian sausage meat.
I'm not eating it. I'm not eating any of that.
Oh, come on, you love it. Right. Snack wise though, buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go artichoke dip, and Carol Channing is dead.
There you go.
All right.
Because of the artichoke dip?
Because of your chili, obviously.
I was going to say, it's probably the buffalo dip or the 7-layer that's going to put her under more than the artichokes. That's actually the artichoke dip kept her alive to like 96 or something.
She lived till 2019, so you know.
How old?
I don't know. Let's see here. She was Wow, almost 100. She was 90. Born in 21, died in. Wow, she was born, almost died on this.
She's almost 98.
She was almost 98. She was 2 weeks away from being 98.
Wow, God bless her. God bless her.
Oh, that's pretty close.
I'll sign up for 98 tomorrow. So I mean, you know, good long life. Good.
Well, not if it means I have to eat artichoke dip, though.
Yeah, it's
So
all
you can
that.
eat 7 layer.
I'll take 63 and 7-layer dip. Thank you.
There you go.
63 and 7 layer dip. Is that the over under?
I like to set the bar low and then exceed expectations.
Or is that your password for?
That's his record. 63 and 7
for your Wi-Fi. 63, 7-layer dip, Nebraska.
And an exclamation point at the end, and that's the password. Yeah.
That's right. An asterisk.
Exactly.
A random asterisk somewhere.
A random asterisk. Yeah. All right. Happy Super Bowl. Enjoy the day. Hold on. I got to read the outro. We'll wrap up the show for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.getonwithitpodcast.com. That's getonwithitpodcast.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. And, of course, all of our shows are on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook, the normal video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube, every Tuesday night around 7:30 Eastern time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcast, and iHeartRadio as well. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great day today. Have a great Super Bowl party, whatever you're doing. Be safe on it. Eat a lot of food, drink a lot of beer, drink responsibly. Enjoy the game. May your team win as long as it's the Chiefs. And
my team didn't get close.
May your team that you want to win tonight win.
Okay.
As long as it's the Chiefs.
I'm pulling for the Hartford Whalers.
There you go. Actually, I think I'm with you on that one. I was at a beer fest last night really quick. Some guys walking around with a Nordiques t-shirt on.
Yeah, they're really popular again.
Are the Avalanche
the t-shirts or the team?
Yeah, the team is trending. Yeah. Hashtag early wah.
Early wah. There you go. All right. Well, this has been the Bratwurst Baron of Belmar with Telephone Pete Carr and, of course, Harry Lugnuts wishing you a wonderful Super Bowl party tonight and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And we will talk to you soon, folks. Take care. Right.
Congratulations to Joe Klecko.
Yes, congrats, Joe Klecko. Yeah. Congrats, Darrell Revis. Congrats to Brian Dable, Coach of the Year, and everybody else who won on NFL Honors.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do it now.
YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Now go away.
Do it. We got a lot of good content for you. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye, everybody.